Hello everyone, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, dear community, a warm welcome to this new video. It's great to have you with us again, and today we have a great tool for you. The new compact and extremely practical 2-in-1 device from Makita, the DUB187. A leaf blower and vacuum in one, powered by an 18-volt battery with many practical features. A device that, in my opinion, should be in every garden. But what can we really expect from this compact Makita device? That's what we'll be taking a detailed look at in today's video. For this reason, I'd say let's not waste any time. Let's start right after the intro. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel for free and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. You can find the current prices of this great piece of equipment in the video description below. Thank you for doing that, and let's get started after the intro. Some time ago, I introduced you to the powerful 36-volt counterpart, the 2-in-1 blower from Makita, the DUB363. By the way, if you haven't seen the video about this device yet, definitely check it out. I'll link it for you in the top right corner on the info card. Today, I have the significantly more compact 18-volt version with many practical innovations for you. What we can really expect from this compact device, how it performs in terms of power, and for whom it's worth the investment, or if it might be better to go with the more powerful 36-volt version instead, I'd say let's explore these questions in today's video. Starting with the contents of the package, the Makita DUB187 comes with the usual package contents. This includes all the paperwork, user manual, safety instructions, and the like. Then the actual blower is revealed, along with the suction and blowing tubes, not to forget the collection bag and the shoulder strap. This means that you'll need to separately acquire batteries and a charger for this blower, or possibly already own them to be able to use them directly with the Makita DUB187. But before we can really start using the device, it's necessary to assemble the blower. This means that we simply need to attach the end piece of the suction and blowing tube here in the front. For this, you'll find two small click fasteners on the left and the right, and on the right side, a small cross screw. This means simply attach the suction tube, then screw in the cross screw, and the suction tube is ready to use. Next, we'll attach the collection bag at the back, optionally mount the shoulder strap, insert the battery, and the blower is ready for use. But before we jump right into the test, I suggest we take a closer look at the device first. For this reason, let's dive straight into the details. I'd say let's start with the external appearance. Because even in 2023 with the Makita DUB187, I couldn't find any quality limitations. This means that the device is, as we're accustomed to from Makita, very well built. It's made of sturdy plastic housing, and if we look at the gaps, they're nice and uniform both in the handle area and here at the front. No plastic residues, no rubber residues, so it's really top-notch in that regard. Furthermore, it's worth noting that the device, as you can see, is truly compact. I measured it myself. We have a total length with the suction and blowing tubes of around 115 centimeters. This is, of course, necessary so that we can easily reach the ground while standing without bending over, and I must say it works very well in practice. In the side view, you can see the device is extremely thin, which also means it has a very low weight. This means that the blower weighs only 3.25 kilograms without a battery, and with a large 5 ampere-hour battery, it comes to 3.95 kilograms, approximately 4 kilograms for a blower with a large battery. I would say that's definitely more than comfortable. The device, as you can see, is designed for 18-volt batteries. This means that we necessarily need an 18-volt battery for operation. Personally, I recommend using the largest possible battery, meaning 3, 4, 5, or 6 ampere hours to get the maximum runtime. As shown, the battery is inserted from the back into the device, easily clicks into place, and is also easily accessible. This means that changing it is not a problem. Another important point is, what about the handling of the compact 18-volt blower? For that, I would say let's take a closer look at the handles. As you can see, the Makita DUB187 has a total of 2 handles, one handle at the back, the main handle, and another one at the front. Both handles in black are rubberized and therefore provide a secure grip. I must say, in terms of handling and shape, both are very, very comfortable. When examining the corresponding function of the handle, it quickly becomes apparent that Makita has done an excellent job here. This means that the rear handle is primarily for gripping and, of course, for activating the machine. Therefore, we need another one for stabilizing, and we find this one at the front. This means here there's a nicely sized hand grip, fully rubberized, ergonomically designed, and easy to grip with one hand. On the back, the second handle is also nicely curved, as you can see. This means that even in this position, when using the device as a leaf vacuum, I can easily and comfortably grip the blower at the rear handle in any position. Another aspect, as you can see down here, is the activation of the blower. This means that the machine can be activated with the index finger, so here's the trigger at the bottom. Additionally, we can operate the device from both sides, meaning it can be easily used both by right-handed and left-handed individuals. And not to forget, in addition to the smooth trigger on the bottom, the device also has a speed lock. Regarding handling, it's worth noting that the Makita DUB187 has a small recess between the 2 handles where we can easily attach the included shoulder strap. This makes it much more comfortable to carry the device over the shoulder. The device is powered by a powerful brushless motor. This motor is located at the rear. Directly in front of it is the built-in turbine, which can rotate in both directions, allowing the device to function as both a leaf blower and a leaf vacuum, hence the 2 tubes at the front. For this purpose, we find on the left side, directly under the large Makita logo, the lever for switching between the 2 functions, which in my opinion is very well implemented. This means that the lever is smooth, easy to reach, and nicely sized. In practice, it's really easy to switch between both functions, and that's the whole point. So you can quickly blow the leaves together with the blower, switch, and then vacuum them up again. So there's no delay in switching between both functions. Depending on the function you've chosen, the air is redirected through the built-in flap inside the device. In this process, air is drawn in through the large tube at the front and exits the device as a leaf blower directly through the smaller tube underneath at the front. As a leaf vacuum, on the other hand, the air is also drawn in at the front through the large tube but doesn't exit from the front. Instead, it goes directly into the collection bag. Now, let's take a closer look at the collection bag because there are some practical aspects worth mentioning here as well. The collection bag, as you can see, is made of gray breathable fabric and has a total volume of 25 liters. The assembly is also extremely practical and quick to do. On the back, you'll find a large handle with a click fastener. This means press it once and you can remove the entire collection bag. Also, note that there's another small tab at the front, which I've hooked onto the bottom of the suction tube to prevent the leaf bag from hanging down at the front. This means you can unhook it as well, and thus you can remove and empty the leaf collection bag within seconds. To empty the collection bag, it has, surprisingly, a large zipper on the back, allowing the bag to open approximately halfway. Combined with the handle on top, it's incredibly easy and comfortable to empty the collection bag. Then close it, reattach it, and you're ready to continue. So now the most important question arises: how does the new 2-in-1 blower from Makita perform in practice? For that, I've extensively tested the device in different scenarios. I started by testing the blowing function. It's important to note that the Makita DUB187 delivers an impressive 64 meters per second of airspeed on its highest setting. This is easily comparable to the powerful 40-volt blower from Makita, which you can find in the video in the top right corner of the info card. Only in terms of air volume, the device lagged slightly with its 4.2 cubic meters per minute, putting it in last place. This means that in practice, it's easily possible to move dry leaves from point A to point B on solid ground. The real challenge arises when large piles of leaves accumulate. there are many branches involved, or the leaves are wet. In these situations, the device quickly reaches its performance limits. Furthermore, I subjected the device to an extreme test on the lawn to see if it's possible to remove leaves from the grass using the blower function. I have to say the device is limited in this regard, and it's only moderately effective. In terms of performance and air volume, it's not sufficient, in my opinion, to effectively remove leaves from the lawn using the blower function. For larger areas, I'd recommend avoiding the Makita DUB187 and instead opt for the Makita DUB184 or DUB362. On the other hand, the practical vacuum function makes it easy to switch and collect all the leaves after gathering them. In this regard, the Makita DUB187 provides a higher air volume than in the blower function, with a total of 6.4 cubic meters per minute. This makes it easily possible in practice to vacuum both small and medium-sized leaves. I tested the device on linden blossoms and oak leaves and didn't encounter any significant difficulties. The air volume is sufficient to quickly vacuum up smaller piles. The limitation here is mainly the collection bag, which means that for smaller piles, you may need to empty the collection bag multiple times since the leaves are only lightly shredded, and the total volume ends up directly in the collection bag. Nevertheless, as mentioned, the process of removing and emptying the collection bag is super easy, allowing you to continue quickly. Another extremely practical feature of the Makita DUB187, which the 36-volt Makita device doesn't have, is the two wheels at the front. I have to say, in practice, these are extremely beneficial because they allow you to push the device over the ground easily, making it very convenient for vacuuming leaves and maneuvering into corners, almost like an indoor vacuum cleaner. However, with the Makita DUB187 as a vacuum, you should be cautious not to vacuum up large objects, such as branches. In my practical tests, I often found that these objects could clog the intake chute at the front. So, in this regard, the device's performance is inadequate for directly vacuuming, shredding, and transferring branches into the collection bag. Continuing with our testing, let's talk about the noise levels because when you activate it, you quickly realize that this device is certainly not quiet for a leaf blower and vacuum. In leaf blowing mode, we have a noise level of around 74 decibels, and in leaf vacuum mode, it's about 77 decibels. So it's definitely not advisable to use this device on a quiet Sunday. And lastly, the most important aspect, what about power consumption after the test? After about 15 minutes, the large 5 ampere-hour battery still showed 3 out of 4 bars remaining. This means the device is quite power hungry. So, let's move on to the final verdict. Overall, I can say I'm definitely impressed with the new 2-in-1 device from Makita, the DUB187, even though its performance might be somewhat limited due to the 18-volt power supply. In the right application, this device is incredibly practical. I would personally recommend the Makita DUB187 to those who want to regularly clean small areas on their property with minimal effort. This device is compact, super lightweight, and extremely quick to set up. In my opinion, the best example for its use is on the terrace. That's where this device will be in use for me in the future. Fallen leaves on the terrace can be easily blown into a pile with this blower. Then you flip the lever, vacuum up the pile, and the terrace is cleaned within a minute. This approach could also be applied to carports or smaller driveways in my view. In my opinion, the advantages of this 18-volt device really shine in scenarios like these. It's super lightweight, compact, and ready to go, making it very pleasant to use for keeping smaller areas on your property clean. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Now, I'm curious to know your thoughts on this new 2-in-1 device from Makita. Please feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. I'm looking forward to your feedback. Otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel for free and activate the bell to never miss a video in the future. You can find the current prices for this product in the video description below. Thank you very much for your support, and until next time, take care. Goodbye.